right, well, right now you might think that BP looks like anything but a good investment. Take a look at the stock. Shares have plunged about 50% since their Deepwater Horizon rig exploded on April 20th. They've already spent about $2 billion cleaning up that spill, and the estimates of the total cost range everywhere from $11 to $100 billion. But check this out. Of 15 different analysts that were surveyed by Thomson Financial, 9 of them rate this a buy stock. 0 of them rate BP stock a sell, even now. And the question is, why is that? Well, even after the $20 billion that BP has set aside in that escrow account to pay for the disaster, their financial situation as a company as a whole, it's just not as apocalyptic as it looks on the surface. Take a look at their cash on hand. BP has $6.8 billion of cash on hand. It has deep pockets. They also suspended their dividend for the next 3 quarters. Annually, that's a savings of about $10.5 billion. They've got major oil reserves. You look at 2009, they had 10.5 billion barrels of crude oil on reserve. Times that by $80 a barrel, where it's trading right now. Do the math. You've got about $80 billion more dollars for BP that it could have in its pockets. On top of that, they have a natural gas reserve that's almost as large as their oil reserves, meaning more potential cash. Also, BP has said recently it plans on selling about $10 billion in assets over the next year. That's going to bring more cash in. And keep in mind, this is a company that is used to turning a very healthy profit. In 2009, they brought in $17 billion in profit. In just the first quarter of this year, $6 billion in profit. And yes, this disaster is unprecedented. But if you think back to the Exxon Valdez spill, history really puts this in perspective.
Valdez cost Exxon about $4.5 billion. This disaster is going to cost at least 10 times, maybe even 20 times, because nobody really knows. Having said that, one has to keep in mind that Exxon, the initial claim on Exxon was $11 billion. They ended up paying less than $1.5 billion. So people have to put things in perspective.
So add it all up, those buy calls on BP, probably not as surprising as you might have thought.